Immigration. The United States was founded by immigration. In fact, most of you in the room today are descendants of the migrants who helped build our nation. The fact of the matter is the laws we have in this country are far too demanding for prospective Americans to realistically meet. These laws need to be changed to maximize the beneficial effects these immigrants can have on our nation, and I believe that immigrants already here in the nation should be granted amnesty. I will go over where immigration stands now, how it has affected me personally, and how amnesty for those already here is the most logical and decent thing to do. As it stands now, immigration is stimulating the economy. According to the National Academy of Science, goods that the immigrants now produce and consume contribute close to $800 billion to the economy. Immigrants and their current living relatives pay $61.5 billion in the form of taxes to state government and $153 billion to federal government taxes. Immigration is creating more jobs for Americans. A big claim from the other side of the argument is that more immigrants coming over is taking away jobs from native workers. But they couldn't be farther from the truth. According to MEA Herald, cheap labor these companies are finding is creating more economic backing for the company to expand, and therefore creating more jobs for native workers to come and fill up. Also, immigrants fill mostly lower level jobs, creating a need for more skilled workers, such as what the natives can provide. Immigration is not just numbers and figures to me, though. It affects me personally. My uncle came to this country 7 years ago, looking for opportunity in a new life, and that's what he found here. After 2 years, he met his wife Monica and had a baby girl, Sophia, and everything was great. He was working for a company who provided him a working visa so he could stay and work for them, and it was fine until the tough economic times that we're in. The company had to declare bankruptcy, making my uncle's visa disappear. So for a year, he looked for work in other places and tried to get a visa to work, but found it impossible. Even though he had started paperwork, as soon as he came to this country, after 7 years they still hadn't come up to grant him residency, or even a working visa. This Monday, 2 days ago, my uncle was forced to leave the country. Not by our government, but because he needed to provide for his family and couldn't find work here. My uncle can visit up to September, but after that, he can't come back into the country. So his daughter and wife are staying here until September, and after that can only visit him in Colombia. According to the Pew Hispanic Center, there are 6.6 million other families who the head of the family or spouse is unauthorized to be in the country. 6.6 million. That means, under the laws we currently have, any of these immigrants are found out, they'll immediately be sent to their original countries, while their families have to stay here and try and make it without them. Not only is amnesty for these people already in the country, people like my uncle, the most decent thing to do, but it is also the most logical. According to the New York Times, 11.1 million immigrants, illegal immigrants, are already here. Most of them living off the books, not paying taxes. If we grant these immigrants amnesty, not only will the jobs they sustain remain intact, but they will also begin to pay taxes for living costs and such. According to the Pew Hispanic Center, unauthorized migrants make up a large share of all the work detail and occupational categories. They make up 24% of all farming occupations, 17% of all cleaning, 14% of all construction, 12% of all food preparation industries. That's a huge workforce that you simply can't send out of the country and back to their countries. So if they're going to stay, why not collect taxes from them and grant them amnesty? Our country was built on immigrants. Do they not deserve the same chance as everyone else? Are they not as human as me and you? Immigrants can offer so much more than work. They also bring new ideas, new perspectives, culture, which we're not familiar with, and it's great in its own right. In conclusion, I went over how immigrants stand now in the country, how immigration has affected me personally, how amnesty for those already here and elections and laws for those coming is more logical and the most decent thing to do. Look at these immigrants as though they are your mothers and fathers, not economical bothers. Thank you.